What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, Deontay Wilder, we know he's fighting some dude, I forgot his name now, proper Oklahomian plumber from Kansas, seriously. Top eating engineer. I can't remember it, Hendon, something, no good. Top 300 in the world, apparently. Seriously, it's proper plumber. So he's fighting that guy. This, however, really is the first interview we've heard since Zhang hit him with the sweet sour bash right in his chops. Since he got sweet soured, since he got crispy chili beef. To be fair, his legs do look a bit like you know when you get two slices of crispy chili beef. He got true crispy chili beef leg looking at us, dude. Basketball player. Anyway, since he got popped, time goes fast. It's almost a year, 10 months. Seriously, almost 10 months to the day. It was early in June he got popped. He got sweet soured. He got crispy chili beef legged by Zhang. 10 months. We haven't heard nothing from him. There was talks of retirement. He's been missing. Anyway, he's come out and broken his silence now. Typical bars from Wilder. I have to be honest. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I like watching boxing anyway. But he lures you in. Oh, my shoulder was hurt. But he's been saying that. Remember them bars from Joseph Parker? Oh, my shoulder. The plane tickets. There's always something with this guy. Oh, I walked out against Fury and my suit was heavy. So whilst I'm sitting there thinking, oh, maybe, but he spins another yarn. End of the day, man. He wants to do it. The shame is, it's a proper stiff, which tells you a lot about himself, to be fair. He says, oh, my shoulder's back now, I'm better than ever. And then at the same time, you're fighting a stiffler. This is proper up there. This ain't like... Listen, Wilder is prolific for fighting stiflers. That's his MO. Yeah? Well, if the FBI ever investigate Deontay Wilder, they'll say his MO, his modus operandi, is finding proper stiffs, right? But even then, like Spilker and that, they were real boxers. As such. This guy here, I'm not knocking him, obviously, he's done more than I have, but still, this Herndon dude, come on, people, he's white collar. He's white collar. At the best, he white collar, seriously. He's not like even Bumlenius. Then again, he might as well. Bumlenius might as well have been white collar for that fake news cabal scam he did on the masses in that fight. He just jumped on the floor. That was no good. Fake news. Anyway, let's hear some bars from Wilder here.
Especially with the shoulder injuries. Anyone know about shoulder injury? No, let's just turn around. No, that's one of the hey, just turn around up in there. That's one of the longest injuries that you can go through. And I ended up injuring my shoulder at one point in time, and it healed. And then I ended up having an accident and then falling on the same shoulder. And then I had to start the process over again. So 24 hours, all I had was pain 24 hours. Every time I threw my right hand, it would be nothing but pain. So
you could have told the masses that, though. Before the Zhang fight, before the Parker fight. That's what I don't rate. And you know what? I don't really believe this. I don't watch them anymore, but I used to watch the LDBC. They're like the Wilder fanboys. And then, man, some of them had contact with Wilder. And after he got popped by crispy chili beef, they came out and said, now we want him to retire now, he's finished. Even they didn't say it as bluntly as that, but they were coming more from the angle of, oh man, y'all, cock-a-doodle-doo, y'all. Oh, y'all. Oh, they were going more from that angle of like supporting him. We don't want to see him get hurt. / he's got money already. That's the angle. Oh, y'all, he ain't got to do no more, y'all. That's the bars they was coming with. The point is, you'd think he'd give them the pattern before the fight, saying, "Listen, man, don't be shilling me because I got a moody shoulder." They weren't doing that. You can argue the internet talking heads, they ain't really with Wilder like that, so you wouldn't necessarily share state secrets. But it's getting to, oh, my shoulder was hurting, my shoulder was hurt. The problem with that narrative is, he did throw his right hand. He did throw it a few times. He didn't not throw it, and besides, you got another hand, you got a left hand. Yes, he's not known for his left hand, but it's not like he had his jab proper thrusting. Yeah? When you get in there with these kind of stakes on the line, we didn't see anything from him. So it's not a shoulder injury. No, your suit wasn't too heavy and burnt out your crispy chili beef legs. None of that happened, man. You're just finished. Now, he does address that as well. Later on, he addresses it. He says, let's get to it, actually.
I had to really deal with it. You know, I gotta have a high tolerance in pain. Yeah, just spark over here. I have a high tolerance in pain, so I had to deal with a lot of the different things. But you know, make a long story short, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You gotta just go.
Wilder having a domestic with his bird who's driving him. Passenger princess looking ass. You hear him? He's been saying to his missus, turn left here, turn right here, and he starts kicking off. Listen again.
Long story short, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, Wilder about to end up on a DV charge, man. You mess around with it. You mess around with his directions like that. Passenger princess looking at us. He's known women can't drive like that, man. Get in this front seat. Yeah, well, you sitting there calling out directions. Get in the front seat, man. What's wrong with this dude here? Yeah, you got your missus' glasses on as well. These are female glasses. Got a spare, man. They're female glasses right there. Floral looking ass glasses, man. Stop playing with me. Stop playing.
You gotta just go.
We hear you, Deontay. We're all good.
Just dealing with a lot of different things. But make a long story short, man, I'm fully healed with everything. I don't have no more pain at this point in time, and all my burdens have been cut loose from me. So, you know, I'm free, as I can say. And the mission is I still got to unify the division. That's one of the main things that I came in and a goal that I set forth. I never had a true opportunity to get that accomplished, you know, due to other circumstances of different obligations of other people. But I never had that opportunity. And we still here. You know, I'm still young. I'm healthy. And I'm saying throwing them V's up because I'm a veteran now, and it feels good to be in this position, to be so successful at what I've done and been able to build how I've built outside of the ring, and still wanted to continue, you know, and to be here. So, you know, you know, it's still a lot of excitement to go, and, you know, who better to bring the excitement, especially when Deontay Wilder is fully healthy.
So he said, listen, I'll give him one more shot. But then again, we've done that a few times now. We have done that a few times. He got washed by Fury. We give him a shot against Parker. He stunk the place out. We give him a shot against Zhang. He stunk the place out. I mean, of course we're going to watch it. Taylor, I'm not going to get up at 4 a.m. to watch this bum here. I'll watch the highlights in the morning. That's what I'll do. I'm not going to watch it. I know what's going to happen anyway. It's rigged, like Hellenius was. The first shot Wilder lands, he's going to jump on the floor, seriously. That might be worth a bet, but no, my luck. Yeah, no, actually, I'm not betting. Well, no, let's see the odds. Let's see the odds of a first round KO. Yeah, if it's like 10 to 1, it's worth putting a tenner on. Because it's going to be like that, seriously. It's going to be a proper Oklahoma, Kansas Stifler performance. That's what it's going to be. Yeah, first 3 rounds for sure. For sure. It's rigged, this one here. That's how they lure you in. That's the okie doke. That's the Shelley Winklestein okie doke. Yeah. Get you on the Hellenius, pay him to jump on the floor, and then it builds to some reason. I don't know, it doesn't build anticipation for me. It doesn't mean nothing. He's been doing that. He's been knocking Stiflers out early in the rounds and then getting there with someone decent. He can't do nothing all of a sudden. That said, if he can come back and throw his right hand, I just don't think this is the opponent to show that. You should feel above that. Wilder at this point, arm was bad or not, his suit was heavy or not, should be getting in there with the likes of Derek Chisora. Yeah, Pulev. These are minimum. These is where you should be fighting. Because we know Chisora's not going to jump on the floor for nothing. Pulev ain't going to jump on the floor for nothing. But they're winnable fights if Wilder's got anything left at all. More so Pulev, because I think Chisora might clop him and he'll be seeing stars, to be fair. But Pulev straight up and down, can't punch, old as molasses, and he's got the WBA regular belt. At least we know it's unlikely Pulev's going to jump on the floor. Just take the... You know what I mean? There's something in that. Pulev can box a bit. Still at his lengthy age. Yeah? It's not. You're getting someone who's literally there to pump your ego up. So is your shoulder back to full health or not? If it is, I mean, Wilder will have had better sparring partner. He did. Hellenius, whatever you say about him, took AJ 7 rounds. Apart from the fact the Wilder fight was rigged. But someone like Hellenius, undoubtedly, is orders of magnitude better than this Herndon dude. Fact. So how have you gone from decent level sparring partners to dropping down to here? Wilder would not bring Herndon in for a sparring camp since he was probably 17 years old or whenever he turned pro kind of thing. He wouldn't even been sparring him. So what are you doing fighting him for? Are you really back or are you just playing with it? I think you're playing with it. That's why you do. Turkey wasn't going to entertain this rubbish. That's why you've done a moody show in the back arse of nowhere, and it's one of them, and you're lying to yourself. All that will happen is he'll put a few fake shows on and then get back in there and do the same thing. Anyway, he explains how he's psychologically got back to his real self again. So what 1 minute is the shoulder, next psychologically there was too many hangers on and they messed with his head.
Physically, mentally, and emotionally. So, here I am, man, yet again, pursuing myself at becoming, a unified champion.
Wilder, so much to take away from that. Firstly, it's great to hear that mentally, physically, you're in a great space. I think that's the most important thing.
Unified champion, come on, that just hit me then. Unified champion, bro, you're fighting a dude who's ranked 300th in the world. And people can say, well, YB, you're not ranked 300. People, listen, man, I'm being funny. Listen, I don't want to take no credit away from the dude, but come on, man. You need to watch his footage. He's leaky, man. Super duper leaky. I did a video earlier in the week on it. He is leaky to the deaky. Yeah? Mic check, leaky to the deaky. Swear down, it's one of them, man. He's proper leaky. It's like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going on a unification run, and I'm starting it with Endon. Really? Who said no one ever? No one ever has gone on a unification run starting with Herndon. Yeah? Plummerden. No one's ever, people. No one's ever gone on a unification run starting with a man called Plummerden. Herndon Plumbington Services Limited. Yeah, they have not. Stop it, man. I don't even mind delusion. Like, it's one thing when you're delusional and you're going there and taking people's heads off or trying to, like Wilder used to do. Now he's just delusional and not doing nothing to actually back it up. He's just a talking head now, which is sad.
You just said, was there any questions or any thoughts about retirement after the last fight against Zhang? Was there any sort of point in time where you sat down and you was like, okay, do I still have what I know I used to have? Was there any questions in your mind whatsoever?
Yeah, no, there was never no retirement questions in my mind whatsoever, because I couldn't understand what was going on with me at the moment in time. I couldn't pinpoint why certain things were happening, certain events was occurring, and after the Zhang fight, I caught it. I finally realized what was going on with me, and I immediately took actions at that. And I had called Shelly, which is my manager. I said, Shelly, I know what it is now. Like, and we shared some deep thoughts and some different things that night. And I immediately went and got help for it, and a lot of other different things. I dare not share to discuss, but.
So he dares not share to discuss. I hate when people do that, man. Oh yeah, I'm going through a whole bunch of things, but I don't care to discuss. That means psychological issues. Because he says, I went and got help for that. Well, if it was a shoulder injury, he'd say, yeah, I went to physio. You wouldn't need to mask that. Obviously, for whatever reason, men, particularly athletes, they don't want the stigma, oh, I'm soft. But we know he's lost his head. So just come out and tell the truth, man. And he does half do that later on in this interview. He says, oh, yeah, I lost my head. I think women or his brother, he wouldn't specify, but there was a whole bunch of demons around him, he alleges, and they took him off track, but now he's on track. Make of that what you will. Cap, in my opinion. The only way to prove it would be, hey guys, I'm coming back, I'm fighting Pulev, that level, I'm taking his head off, and you go in there and take his head off, and then we can say, okay, Herndon, you come on. Yeah, come on, man. Oh, I'm so back, and I'm fighting number 300 in the world. Those two statements don't come together, and it's making a mockery of the game, really.
In my mind, retirement was never there, because I know I was unfinished. I'm so much better than my past outings. I'm way better than what I've been doing. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? And certain things that happened to me, certain events, certain things have altered my way of thinking. And so in a bad way, I had to go out and get help, man. And. But I'm back.
Yeah, and I've sat down and spoke with you a few times, and it's good to see this energy. I always want and hope to see this kind of Deontay Wilder energy, and it's nice to see you smiling, nice to see you in a good space. Ariel asked you, why are you back? And you mentioned, you want to unify, so you want to become a world champion again. The landscape's changed in boxing, right? The guys that you were chasing or wanting to fight are kind of on the back nine, if you like, to use a golf reference. AJ, we don't know what's going on for him. Tyson Fury's retired. Is the aim Dubois then? Is the aim Alexander Usyk? Who is the aim? Is there a fighter or is it a belt, regardless of a fighter?
I mean, I'm like any other boxing fan. I just want the best fights that's possible. You know, we understand that in this business that nothing lasts forever. I mean, even in the world, I mean, we all have an expiration date. You know, all things have an expiration date and a time where that may present itself. And, you know, so the same rules apply in boxing, you know. And for that reason, I'm not looking for any particular, but I want the best of the best. Whoever the best in the division, that's who I want. And, you know, all fighters feed off of each other. Even, you know, when the excitement, when I brought the excitement back years ago, you know, and the thrive, when everything was roaring and the excitement was back at the heavyweight division, you know, you had even retired fighters wanted to come back because the energy was so crazy. And I'm looking to do it again. And, you know, we'll see you know, we know certain fighters are on their way out and certain fighters are, you know, just staying, maybe study for now to see what's going on or whatever. But, you know, they're not out. No one has said they're retired, you know, and for that reason, you know, we can only hope for the best of things. But I'm not looking for any particular. I'm just looking to make the heavyweight division exciting. And
You got that right, mate. We could yeah, just tell us twice. So yeah, I'm not really looking at no names. We got that actually loud. We heard that loud and clear, man. Yeah, that's what we did here. Oh yeah, cock-a-doodle-oo, man. Yeah, woo. I'm not looking for no names, yeah. Fucking hell, man. Come on. Number 300. You weren't lying, bro. That's the first bit of truth he told in this interview.
fight the best has to offer.
Well, the first test in this new chapter comes on June 27th in Wichita, Kansas. Did you know back in January of 2019, your opponent on that night in June, Tyrell Herndon, like I said, posted this on Instagram? Have you seen this as of late? Manifesting.
Receive it. And what you think and what you say in the world will manifest. It will. You know, that's why a lot of things we go through in life, that sometimes we want to point fingers instead of pointing at the person that's in the mirror, you know, and because sometimes we may have said things or thought a certain way and brought it up into existence and not even realized it, but have to go through the trials and the tribulations of it. And hopefully there ain't too much turbulence and you can't overcome it. But when you do, you be like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Amen.
You live on to tell another story. But, you know, without a great test, you can't have a greater testimony.
Why him as your return fight? Why Tyrell?
Yeah, come on.
Well, Tyrell, you know, I let my coaches and stuff analyze a lot of the guys, and we was looking to try to come back. We had options of coming back and fighting, you know, in big opportunities, I would say, and already coming back out. But we didn't want to take that route. We wanted to make sure that I say I'm good and everything is good, like no doubts. Because many times I have said that I was good, but maybe had a little doubt. I never had a point in time in my life where I lost my confidence in myself. You know, things got so crazy in my life, you know, that it altered my mindset, and I lost confidence in myself. And I never thought.
So there you go. That's what. So even though he wouldn't tell us, oh yeah, I had to get help. I'm not going to tell you how I got help. Clearly, he had psychological issues. Now the truth will be revealed over the next year or whatever. I'm here to watch it. We'll find out how good them therapists are or not. It's really, the belief has to come from you. Can some old white man sit in a chair and get you to believe? Maybe he can. If you're suggestible, he can. But ultimately, like I talk about, it's the beaches of Normandy, man. Yeah? Sit on the boat, pissing yourself, or storm the beach. Those are the two choices you've only ever got in any given situation. Whatever you do in life, those are the two choices. Yeah? It's that simple. Do I always storm the beach? No, I don't. Yeah, 100%. But understanding that, am I going to shit myself or not in this particular scenario? You see that one there? Am I going to work 15 hours a day or am I going to chill at home? Essentially, yes. These cats, they get paid good shmoney as well. And the more ferocious you are, being more ferocious in a fight, it can't hurt you. But then again, self-preservation kicks in, aka sitting on the boat and pissing yourself. Yeah, that's what it is. You got two choices, man. Self-preservation or storm the beach. Yeah, there's no amount of, YB, I got this therapist, $300 an hour. What's he going to do for you? I'll give you 10 seconds of bars, man, will fix you up. That's simple. A choice. And we've seen it with Dubois, to be fair. The difference in him. Just one man just made a different choice. That simple choice. There's no amount of therapy about it. It's literally, you're getting it. Yeah? You're having it. It's me or him. And these concepts are well understood. Centuries ago, this was standard, man. Seriously. Centuries ago, it was, of course, there were some deserters and whatnot, but the majority of man who was there got stuck in. These times, it's the other way around. Back in the day, you might have had, less than 10% deserters. Now you got 90% deserters and fannies knocking around. Estrogenic times. Yeah? Estrogenic times. No doubt about it. And this guy, oh man, y'all. Cock-a-doodle-doo, y'all, on the most feared in the division. Come on, man. You didn't even believe it. He was knocking bums out. And you got your first test and flopped.
Thought I would, be a man to be able to do that. But, certain things in your life and you have certain people around that you would never think that would break your heart. And when they do, it changes you. I never had hate in my heart, but now I do. And before anyone would tell me, oh, you don't need to have hating, all this and that, I tell people I live my life, you live yours. And I need a little sprinkle of hate in my heart to complete the recipe. Because I did get a little too soft. And when when life is so good and you take care of everybody and everybody in your face and shit going good and when you don't want to do nothing for nobody and you start finding out certain things and things start happening, man, and you feel like you done so much for people and you benefited nothing from them when they benefited everything from you.
Yeah, so fair play to Wilder. He's let slip here that he did go soft. And it's one thing saying it, but it's good he's acknowledged it. In all the recent years, he's never acknowledged he went soft. We all saw it. Now he's acknowledged it. That's the first step. Now, whether he'll get in there in a proper fight, I think he'll smoke Herndon. And if he doesn't, he's a proper finish. I'm talking 10 out of 10 finished. If he goes life and death with Herndon, like, for example, Dillian White did with Ebenezer Tete, he's proper, seriously finished. But I assume he'll go in there and knock him out early. We won't know how much this acknowledgement of falling off and winding up estrogenic, how much that acknowledgement has turned into reaction. I acknowledge I fell off and I'm soft as butter, yeah? And now I'm reactioning. Yeah, 100%. Beat your normally time. But that'll only present itself when he's in a proper test. So the rest is kind of pointless, to be honest. Yeah. Someone like Pulev was more durable, more serious. We'd have a pretty good answer then. What I hope Wilder doesn't do is go Herndon and then jump in there with Zhang again, for example. He needs to... The Herndon one's dead, man. It's annoying. He's saying some of the right things here. He's piqued my interest because he's being honest. He hasn't been honest before. We all saw his finished. We all saw his soft. Is he going to dig in now? We won't know until the first real fight hits.
Every thing. And you see the backstabbing,
Deontay,
the manipulation.
Can I ask who you're specifically referring to?
Not at the moment in time. I'm just telling my story, and the people's a ghost at the moment in time. But all the truth will be revealed in the near future.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you about my journey and what I've been through, and, without stating names or anything like that, it's just my journey of what I've been through. I've always been the realest fighter. Now I'm just the realest fighter in the business to tell it how it is. It's nothing that I've said in my career that I've lied about. Everything I said, I got valid proof. I got everything. You know what I mean? I tell people I risk my life for others' entertainment. So with that being said, I dare not to sit here and tell the listeners that are listening and the viewers that are viewing my face and my lips moving, I would dare not speak a lie upon anything that I say. And many people want to use what your words and say, oh, those are excuses and stuff. If what is that may consider that to be. But if the saying is the truth that set you free, then I've been free a long time ago. You understand me? When I speak because I am free. I speak my truth. I speak my peace. And how anybody receiving and dissect it from that point on, then that's up to them. I can't.
This guy loves speaking in riddles, man.
I can't control that. I can only be who I am.
Y'all, cockadoo, woo, 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 cockadoo, loo, man. Yeah.
And speak like I normally speak, and that's from the heart. And sometimes my passion gets in, and I may get a little rowdy because I'm passionate about what I say. But my journey has been what it is, and I'm here. I'm alive. I'm well alive, and I'm ready to go again. I'm not. It's not over. I said I'll die for what I believe in, and here I am again. They always want to.
I'll die for what I believe in, and here I am again. The last thing I'll say is, potentially the problem with this is that it's easy, when you're going in there to an easy test, it's like, it's easy to get hyped then. Yeah, I was soft then, but I want to knock this plumber out right. That's when you can get boosted up. I said it earlier, but you don't, it doesn't mean nothing. Anyone can be super confident. Yeah, I went soft, I lost my confidence. I never thought I'd lose my confidence. I don't believe you really get confidence back by these type of tests. Yeah, I just don't think you do. You get false confidence back. But the first time someone was in there to fight with you, that's the only thing that matters. Anyone can go in there with someone they overmatch 10-1 and be confident. Wilder's never had a problem doing that. What he has had a problem doing, Parker, Zhang, Fury 2, Fury 3, he came to fight in both Fury 2 and Fury 3. That obviously broke his confidence. I think you only get it back though. Look at Dubois again. A great recent precedent. You get it back, not by... Dubois didn't, to be fair to him. He lost. He looked bad against Usyk. And then he comes back with Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller's better than would beat Pulev, for example. So Dubois gets in there with a stern test. I think he was underdog as well. He gets in there with a stern test. And he walks through the fire. That's what builds confidence. If you'd have put Dubois in there with 10 plumbers after Usyk, he wouldn't have... It's not validating. Because somewhere in Wilder's head he knows that's not really real. Me knocking this guy out 50-1 favourite. It's not real. It doesn't carry weight. If you went in there and sparked a Pulev, for example, or a Jarrell Miller... Miller's above that level, but you get the point. That level, someone half serious still. You might actually take something from that. It might be validating. You know what? I can do this. No one's ever knocked Pulev out in 2 rounds, for example. I've done it. And they're both similar age. Pulev's 44. Wilder's 40 this year. So it wouldn't... I don't know what this guy's doing, man. Shirley Winkelstein, we know he wants to squeeze any little bit of juice left out of this man didn't get here. So that's what the play is. The okie doke. I think there's one last quote here.
Walking through life, knowing there's something that they failed, or may seem like they failed, because majority of most people will fail in life, especially on a major platform where millions of people that knows you or may see you. They may not even have to know you, but they're just that point of a human being surfacing in this world, walking through life, knowing there's something that they failed, or may seem like they failed, because you ain't failing, you're still alive, you're still breathing, you can still keep going. And I am the example. I am the light of the way, you know. Y'all may not see me many times.
This guy's been reading way too many Bible books, man. There's a lot of these men out there these times. They think they're the Messiah. Oh, you can all learn from me. Bro, you got punched up, man, twice. You got punched up twice and you're fighting a bum. Yeah? There's nothing biblical in that. There's nothing Messiah-like in that. Dubois, until he fell off against Parker, he's more than a Messiah. He got off his knees against Usyk and has come back. Right? That's what I call him the prophet. Till he fell off 2 or 3 fights later. But he was the prophet for sure. Yeah? Showing us, man, the way. You're the Antichrist, to tell the truth. Just playing with it. Fighting stiflers. Fooling the masses. Yeah? That's what you're doing. You knock him out in 1 round and fool the masses that you're back. But you can learn from me. Really? What's there to learn here? You can bully people. That's a great lesson. I'm sure Jesus taught you that one. Bully the weakened. Bully the weak, right? That's what Jesus said for sure. That's what you're doing here. Bullying the weak. You got no chance in this fight at all, right? At least someone like Pulev or a Chisora, they got a chance in there. This is wrong. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it. Bye.